Hello and welcome to Glorious Smite League. We are back at you. Hello in our second week of fixtures in the upper division. We are back. We have Daves versus Order of the Blight. Both teams. Well, actually, I say both teams. That's incorrect because Order of the Blight did suffer a 2-1 loss last week, whilst Daves garnered a 2-0 victory over Pentablink. I'm joined by Morton today on chair 2. Say hello.
Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour,
That's
everyone.
bonjour, not quite, but we'll work with it. We've got LB72 on production. And well, it's time to get into the game once we do, and I think it's going to be a good set, Morton. What do you think? Based on your
Based on my
knowledge.
limited knowledge of UD GSL, I'm gonna say I'm here for tier. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, Terrorized, coming up from the lower division, he's well, week one he did pretty well. And I can tell his skill development is rapidly growing since he's gone up this division. You get bored owning noobs, and sometimes
Wouldn't
you
know
want to
what
go
you're
up a
talking
division.
about, mate. Wouldn't know.
No, you
Yeah, we
wouldn't,
have
Mister
three
like number
Masters
10
players.
toggle.
Excuse me. 10 and 4, you mean? Is that what you're referring to?
No, I was referring to like Garrett. But yeah, no. This is going to be an interesting game, I think, between Daves and Order of the Blight. As soon as we go into pick and bans, I'm wondering what they're gonna target. I know RG Baker has a nasty nemesis, a nasty Darji. I've seen him on those gods quite often in these games. Um, I
Yeah.
think, uh, I think, Javon Jr. being benching himself for the Blight might see some benefit to it, having Thomas flop onto the mid lane. We do see our first ban is a Geb, and that's understandable. You don't want to play against a Geb too much.
Yeah, Geb. I like to bang Geb when I'm when I'm trying to sort of get around. Like personally, I like to ban the Geb if I don't want someone to play AMC, if that makes sense. Like getting rid of cleanses and stuff like that. I don't know. Geb either way is just a solid all round ban at the end of the day.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and we followed it by ESET. ESET kind of one of the best support gods in the game right now, is very good in mid as well. As well as the Rataska, very flexible god as well. Solo jungle, very good, kind of overpowered. It's very good god. Followed by Kepri ban. Who doesn't want to ban Kepri? That god's annoying. Nemesis ban could be a target ban, but it's a good ban overall. And we see a Darji first pick. What do you think of that, Morton?
I don't mind it. Obviously, in an ideal world, you can like last pick it and make sure you haven't got 5 CC immune ults that are gonna inevitably come out now. But even without the ult aside, you just get massive value out of Darshi. She does crazy damage. She gets to the back line super easily, and you can use your ultimate as a zoning tool, as a beads burner, whatever. I don't mind it as a first pick. She's super strong right now.
Yeah, auto attack canceling is insane amount of damage you can output in a short amount of time. And while we do see a Colin locked in for Order of the Blight there, most likely going for the solo lane, wouldn't mention it being anywhere else. So over Heimdall, we know, well I know personally Otiro has a nasty Heimdall, and Heimdall rising up in the meta recently, and very good pick this early on.
Yeah, you can never really go wrong with a Heimdall, right? There's only a few picks that you're really going to suffer into, but if you want a hunter that you can leave in lane, be pretty much not have to worry about them getting camped and ganked on cooldown, and Heimdall's your boy.
See a Kronos locked in, which is very interesting. Another god, flexible god. ADC mid. Hell, you could even put in jungle if you're feeling like it. Um, uh, haven't seen a lot of Kronos in recent times. At least for me. I don't know if you've seen much Kronos lately.
Last time I saw a Kronos was an in-house match with Tyr, and he ran it down. Just absolutely ran it down. So I'm hoping it's not going to the solo lane. Honestly, I'm sure it won't. But yeah, I just don't think that mage ADCs are that great unless it's just going to mids in compared to like a normal hunter. But we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, no, it could definitely go anywhere. And well, that Fafnir beckons to me that maybe they're looking for a double ADC comp. Maybe this could be a mid Kronos. Which would make quite a bit of sense. It could be a Kronos ADC, and they might look for Neef and Ola, Chiron maybe in mid. I think Ptolemy has been playing Chiron. At least I recall him playing Chiron at some point. So it definitely could be. And we see a Youth One locked in here, and another nasty pick picked up into this drafting phase.
It's almost surprising that it made its way through this far. Honestly, it's such a good god at the moment. Once you get to later stages of the game, just hits like an absolute dump truck. So yeah, I was kind of surprised it made it that far, but I can't really fault them with their other picks that they've picked thus far. It's good pick, Yu Huang.
Yeah, we do go into the bans. We see a Kali and Ravana for Dave's. Both insane jungle picks. Ravana obviously can be flexed into the solo lane. And we see Chiron and AMC, both very good mid picks. And I think they've identified that's what Dave's are planning to do with their comp. Just taken away with some of the really good ability based hunters in the game. AMC, one of the most unstoppable gods in the game once he gets the lead. Chiron, very easy to play god. I think my dog could play it, honestly. Just very good picks, taken away by Order of Blight there as well as Dave's. As we see the next pick, it is a Cabrakan, and we've seen quite a lot of Cabrakan recently. A lot in the solo lane, and not much in the jungle. I'm going to expect this. I think this might be a support. I forgot he gets played a lot in support as well. Probably one of his best roles, to be honest. What do you think about this Cabrakan pick?
I really like it. I personally, I absolutely hate Cabrakan jungle. Personally, I think it's too hard to clear camps and keep up on farm. So I don't like him there personally. I'd bet my house on it. Honestly, this is going to support. He's got some great counterplay. He can run it down with the Chronos. He can trap in this Guan Yu that's maybe about to get locked in, and even the Daji actually when she drops down from a powwow. He can just follow up with an ultimate and stop her from getting away. It's really, really nice. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Cabrakan is probably one of my favorite supports right now. Very effective. As we do see a Guan Yu locked in for Traumatized. I'm sure that is solo. And we've been seeing quite a bit of Guan Yu in recent few days or a week or so. People realizing how good he is with Fablest hoops, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to jump in and say I'm not convinced it's Guan Yu. I'm more convinced it's Fablest hoops. It's such a strong item at the moment, and I've personally in games I've been playing have been valuing it over the likes of the Cullen at the moment. It's just such a strong god, and he's also super safe in lane as well. It's a really tough lane to gank. Once he gets to level 5, gets a few items online, it's a tough job to shut him down.
Yeah, and if you get lazy as the enemy solo laner and you're taking that free to the face, it hurts a lot. He does a lot of damage. And he's well got that healing in the team fights when you get into those fire dances, just having that sustain can be very effective for Dave's here. And we don't see much sustain, or actually any sustain, from Order of Blight. It's going to be Benevolence procs, I think, from the Cabrakan, if any sustain is to be had. Maybe a Youth 1 Soul Gem even. We do see a Huyi locked in as well as a Tor locked in. I've seen DOA play a lot of Tor. Seems to really favour this god, so it'd be interesting to see what he can do with this god today.
I'm circling back a little bit here, but I'm looking at this Dave's comp, right? And I'm seeing Mark of the Crow, I'm seeing a Talal Assault, I'm seeing double AA with a Fafnir stim, and then I'm seeing a Cabrakan with no CC immunity in his kit, tied with the Daji, and I just feel like this may be like a really rough game if Dave's get ahead. Because I think that with the Mark of the Crow, the Talal Assault, and the Fafnir buff, they should be able to just absolutely melt down his Cabrakan. He'd have to really watch his P's and Q's to make sure he's not getting his beads burnt on cooldown.
Yeah, You gotta be really careful. I see some like lower level and they're not gonna do it in these games, I'm sure of it. Tor players, if I see a Tor throw his one, his hammer, um, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, completely dead.
I'm just jumping on that Tor because he's dead. That's his only escape, and people using it to, well, die basically. It's just not good.
It's almost like a Loki when they ult into a fight, right? They're
Nothing
just dead.
Nothing makes me more mad when I see a Loki use their ultimate aggressively. You have like one of the best escapes in the game and you're using it to engage. Interesting. So how are you gonna get out? Are you dead? Oh, that's crazy.
That's literally it. But what do you think of Thor at the moment? Because I feel like as a god, I don't like him. I think he's one of the. His damage and his ability just doesn't match up to other assassins. I don't think at the moment. But into the team comp that they've got, I don't mind the pickup honestly.
So my opinion on Tor is, he's some of the itemizations in the game right now is kind of leaning towards him, but there's just something about him where he's just not seeing like he's not like a top jungler right now.
The
I
numbers,
think
right?
he's an okay pick. Well, it's the the maces being reduced in cost. They've been getting buffs and stuff. The maces are pretty good on him. Mainly junglers are building like transcendence right now with mace and maybe hydras, and that works really well on Tor. But we're not going to see a whole lot of Tor recently. Uh, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of build path deal he goes into. I expect it to be something like that. Maybe throw an Aradite in there if you're feeling cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume so. Well, Rush CDR, Jotuns, Hydras, maybe an Aaron Diet, Eye of the Jungle, probably. Yeah, then go from there, I suppose. I just feel like his numbers are they just don't match up with the other assassins at the moment. I'm just not a fan of him personally. I like him
Yeah.
for his utility and his poke late game. It seems to me like they've got quite a good poke game here for the dancing around the Gold Fury Fire Giant. Yeah, outside of that.
Yeah, they have a very good poking comp. They've got Heimdall, he's got a lot of poke in his kit. Youth 1, kind of notorious to doing a ton of damage from range. Um, as we do, we're going to get into the game shortly, just some technical issues. But yeah, we do have the we have the Yuan, who's a very safe god, can also with his combo can just do so much damage, which is unreal damage really.
It's really quite absurd actually. It should have a 2-1 late game.
Yeah,
fight's over.
it's
basically.
like, oh, I have to back guys. Try and hold them off.
Yeah.
Have fun.
and also to add on top of that, for some reason he's got he's got basically a Beads Aegis in his kit on like a 13-second cooldown, which is always nice to dive into.
Yeah,
That
he's got a very strong kit and he does a lot of damage, and it's not fair, and I'm sad. But we are getting into the game right now, though. We do see Albie having to click that F10 button on his keyboard right now. Oh, maybe the F7 too. Let's go.
don't help it. You
Yeah,
can
it's
give me a
transition.
seizure in a moment.
Just it is transitioned.
Actually, I'll be fitting in a moment.
You keep transitioning to the same scene.
Here we go.
There you go, awesome. Press F2 as well. And then you've got it, baby. Let's go! You didn't change the spectator teams, but that's okay. It's okay. No problem. Okay, we do see terrorized here. Second game, second set even in UD. Let's see how he does. I'm intrigued. See how he does against Max. Max was teamless like solo of the season last season, so be interested to see how he matches up against X, because he's matched up against Nikos. He did not the worst against him. He held his own, which is really nice to see from a player going up a division.
Yeah, it's the hero of LD.
Yeah, he's coming to show what LD can bring.
Hopefully that doesn't mean lots of ints and poor Fire Giant players.
No way, not my tier on the ties
Not,
two and never
not
in.
with it.
Not my tier. But yeah, we do see heavy pressure coming in this dual lane for the side of Order of the Blight. Zero gonna be clearing those waves real good. Real good. They're just gonna get that pressure with the Kabrakan, Reach Tremble. Of course they're gonna get it.
Yeah, it's expected really. If you are, if you're Daffy and Joppy, yeah, you just sort of accept the pressure, don't you? Give out the neutrals, I suppose, and just try and wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see Temo's eyes backed off into his tower. Yeah, Colin just kind of that rage early, just gonna get free pressure. It's gonna be hard to try to counter that in the early when he has that rage form up. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of... We're seeing Archie Baker, the very early gank here onto Mino Kino, and Mino Kino's gonna get slow, having to pull out the purification beads, and he's gonna make it out safely. O2 are gonna take a hammer to the face, but nothing's gonna come from that engagement besides a nice beads from Gabrakan, which is nice to have.
Yeah, a good notice there for Dior to see him in the duo style of map, just run straight for his back. It's fairly standard, I suppose, at this level. Tyr will have to just watch his back here. He should be aware that he's on his back. Just make sure I don't step up and get ganked.
Yeah, those archers hurt and they're going to get him a pretty low bar. I'm sure Tyr will be able to recognise that and walk away. Now we do see a blue buff in fade from Order of Blight. Mex and DI very heavily pressuring this. And Archie Baker's going to try to steal away, but he's not going to be able to. And just a successful blue buff in fade. We have a little engagement here. Otiro going to go on to Daffy Dark. Daffy Dark going to have to use the beads. Otiro gonna... I thought he was going to try to teleport in there, but he was not going to do that. And Daffy Ducky gets away with his life, but not with his beat.
It's one of the things I always. This is why I hate as a jungler going to duo, especially early. Is you go to duo and you just lose so much for it if you don't come out with a kill. You just lose so much for it. They've lost their backs. They've lost their small. They've lost the blue now. Now you're behind in XP and pressure, and it never feels nice.
Yeah, and Archie is lurking around. Think he was gonna defend the purple, but might be looking to engage on the dual lane. No, he's not. He's gonna go for the purple buff, and that's another thing he has to do now is protect the purple buff from being invaded. He does that successfully.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Force just farming it all up. It's a good start really for this for Dior on this 4. He's now got his ultimate. I expect he should be looking to hit a gank somewhere very shortly.
Yeah, Tor, the ultimate is able to cut distances very fast. Engagement from the neutrals as we're expected to see. Not much else going on around the map right now. Where the build rise, where everything looks kind of normal. You're seeing a that is a tier 2 breastplate into an axe into a Manticore T1. Earring, is it?
Yeah, Manticore spikes he'll be building into, I assume.
Yeah, he's got for like 3 items at the start of the game. I don't think that would be enough. I'm not sure what he's done there, but I mean, there's a lot of stats he's got on him right now.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, maybe he's picked it up for the MP5 since he's losing his blue buff. Possibly it might be going for the Dota build, right?
Oh, DI getting first blood onto Autonomy in the mid lane, and Powwow coming up from Archie Baker. He might get this kill on DI here. He gets the pull, and the tick damage is going to do the job, and Archie Baker gets the return kill on the DI.
That's someone that's played a whole lot of Darcy in it.
Yeah.
They
trusted the tick damage. They trusted it.
He was like, oh, he's got 237 health. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, my tick does 240. That's perfect.
It's a mid-maths, mate, whilst he's standing on top of the power.
With my current items, I'm looking at like 60 power. That scales with this. Yeah, that's about right.
Carry the 2 and the 3. Yeah, we got him.
But yeah, it's good job by Archie Baker. Get that return kill. Also good job by DI to get that kill on Autonomy. And so we're gonna see red buff being dropped from both teams. We're looking at DI looking around on the right jungle. Maybe he'll look for a gank with the two arms. He's quite pushed up right now, but he does have the ultimate up, so he is able to get away if he needs to. Really good wall by DI there, blocking off half the lane from him. But yeah, Timotai's is going to have to force out that ultimate and get away from Order of the Blight.
Yeah, wall or not, yeah, it's going to be really tough to gank Guan Yu at this point. There's like a small window, isn't there, really, in between his ultimate being up and down that they've got. If they do want to gank him outside of that, I just don't think they'll ever get him.
Yeah, it's a tough job ganking a Guan Yu. If his ultimate is down though, which it is now, it does open up a bit of opportunity to do that if that's what you really want to do. Blue buff secured. It looks like they're looking for a Daffy Ducker here. Beats down and kind of a free engagement maybe for Kabaka, perhaps. Now that his beads are down, his ultimate is up though. Should be fine. He's gonna Otiro's gonna back off in that dual lane, and Ptolemy and Jobfire fine for the mid camps, but not gonna get much. Well, I don't know if they go, to be honest. I can't tell you.
Yeah, blue team here, they've got very, very late game comp, haven't they? So I'm expecting them just to relax, I suppose, and just hyper farm to the late game. I'm interested to see whether they can do it or whether Red can sort of push an early lead and snowball from it. Because I think if they do get to the late game, this double AA comp is going to be really, really tough for the Red team to do anything.
Yeah, the red team being
especially
all
for their tanks.
Blue team being Dave's. I mean, yeah, right now they're just gonna be fighting around or getting their camps, maybe fighting for the neutrals, and then they will go on to looking for maybe the gold of Pyromancer. Shortly, they will be fighting for this the cups as they do. Thomas Flop could be in big trouble here. Archie Baker getting the engagement, Ptolemy using engagement. The dragons coming out from Thomas Flop, but not gonna be enough. Archie Baker gets the kill. Dio with the ultimate gonna come in with powwow coming out from Archie Baker. Ptolemy very low, pulls in Dio. Miyokino kill with the tremble very well, but Archie Baker's gonna get it to him in the end. Ptolemy still sticking around, 1 bar of health. Archie Baker gonna have to blink out with Otiro trying to rotate through this, but Otiro's just not able to get that tick damage off quick enough to interrupt the blink from Archie Baker.
Really nice collapse there. They saw him out of position, immediately collapsed on him and got the job done. It was really nice. They should probably chuck some wards up in the mid lane, I think, and they may be able to notice that coming.
Yeah, so what do you want to see from both teams right now?
So I'd like to see. I mean, Darji's doing great anyway. I can't really say anything here that I'd want to see from her. But I feel like I'd like to see the 4 maybe put more pressure on the duo side of the map. Use his global ultimate to just try and get this Chronos out of the game before he sort of goes even. Yeah, I think more duo side pressure for the 4. Personally.
Yeah, I could do. I mean, if you pick Tor, right, kind of want to be utilizing that ultimate for just that.
Yeah, I think so. I think between the two of them, you know, if he hasn't got his beads down, if he hasn't got his beads up, it's a free gank really. Even if he's on his tower line, you know, you can ult him and like wall behind him, and he just dies for free. So I would definitely like to see more pressure on that side of the lane.
Yeah. So far, we are not seeing much from solo lane. You know, just had a few failed ganks here and there. Where it's hard to gank it. One, you know, Archie Baker hasn't appeared in the solo lane side just yet. But I mean, past this point, I doubt any solo ganks will be coming. The solo lane just becomes one too tanky to gank. It's barely worth it. But we do see a little altercation towards the Pyromancer right now. Miyokino and Archie and Tyr and Mex around it. Looks like they're just going to settle for their Scorpions for now. But it's the quiet before the storm, right? It's the Pyromancer time of the game is coming, and both teams are going to fight around it pretty soon, I would imagine. Keon's
Yeah.
looking around that area again. It looks like they could be looking towards doing it. They're seeing if anyone's here, anyone's aware, and they're seeing that they're engaging on Thomas Flock in the mid lane here, but they're not going to be able to do much with it.
I do think that I'm going to keep referring to them as red team and blue team. Honestly, I just can't remember. I do think. Okay, Order of the Blight. I do think that they need to try and force this objective like sooner rather than later. Now, whilst the Hui is on, a one-item hunter, I do think they should be forcing something now. Try and grab this Pyromancer.
Forcing something here. Tyranitar is being ganked by Doi. Gonna have to use that ultimate to get away. And gets away, but that's some Pyromancer pressure for Order of the Blight. But I think it's gonna be enough to be able to just straight up pull up Pyromancer. Tyranitar is opting not to back here. Make sure he doesn't miss any waves, because any bit of XP, especially in this sort of skill level, is absolutely detrimental to your gameplay. Daffy Ducker gonna take quite a bit of damage here, but it's gonna be fine for the most part. It looks like Archbaker's looking towards, or Dio is looking towards Autonomy in the mid lane here, and good walk by Dio, and Autonomy's gonna be fine for the most part, having to use the ultimate there to basically pull himself out. And Archie Baker, really good gank onto Otero here, and gets the kill to help out Daffy Ducker, who's been really struggling against the pressure from Otero right now.
Well, Archbaker's doing a fantastic job, isn't he, so far? Like, he's got this team comp with him that's almost like super late game, and he's the early pressure that they needed, and he's doing such a good job.
Yeah, it's Order of Blight really trying to push this Pyromancer here, and they're gonna get it, but Tyranitar is able to make some low health bars happen on the other side, and Job Fighter is gonna be here, but he's not gonna be able to push anything more forward here, and Order of Blight come out of this with the Pyromancer.
Yeah, very good, isn't it? The jungler, enemy jungler goes to duo, you go to pyro. It's a fairly straightforward macro play there. It's nicely done.
Yeah, 4-3-3 for the Pyromancer, why not? They had a bit of pressure on the mid lane and solo side, so why not do it? And they got it. It was a bit scruffy, but no deficits from that play, so they're happy with that play for sure.
Now, I wanted to bring up actually is looking at the Fafnir build at the moment. One thing that I have started to see less and less sort of personally recently is Gauntlet of Thieves in favour of Mana Renewal. Whilst it's still really strong item, what are your thoughts on Gauntlet of Thieves v Mana Renewal? What would you have gone if you was a Fafnir here?
I mean, Mana Renewal, you'd think if you're not known on the item, you'd think it's a selfish item, but it gives your teammates healing around you, which is really strong. I've seen some stats, of like post-game stats of player healing. I'm like, how the hell is this person got so much healing? And it's from Mana Renewal, and it's a very effective item. And Gauntlet of Thieves, well, you give your players like 10 protections. It's not really the same. I'd prefer some healing over 10 protections, in my opinion, to be honest.
That's
what I feel was very effective.
That's what I heard. I think, who was it I was listening to? I was listening to a video. I'm sure maybe it was like, it would have been an SPL support, so it would have been like Inbound or something like that. But what they were basically saying is that the healing that you provide your team, the value outweighs the value of the extra protections from Thebes. And so it's just a better item.
Yeah, I think it's a much better item. It's really good early too. You don't have to stack it. You got some sustainability in the early. I think it's a really good item right now.
And I personally really like the item.
See, Archbaker engaging onto the Rick buff. I thought he was engaging on somebody, but it was just the red buff. There was just a little bit of fighting over the neutrals, and this is something we see quite a lot of these fights over these neutral buffs, because every sliver bit of XP or gold you can get, you absolutely want. And I've seen no contest for these sides. Yeah.
Yeah, pennies make pounds, don't they? As the saying goes.
It's such a boomer saying. God damn.
It's so right though. it's so right. know that the advice that my parents and grandparents have been giving me my whole life would apply so well to Smite.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see what after this gold feed, what would the difference in gold and XP is right now. And we're looking at like no difference in gold right now. It's a very even game so far. But Miyakio huge walls here, and Daffy Duck is going to go down. Archie Baker going to get the kill onto Thomas Pop. And it looks like they're going to try disengage, but DI having, not DI, Otira getting the ultimate on the Job Fighter means, well, a Job Fighter can't get out. And Archie Baker's stuck in the back of this, and he's going to blink to the right, but is it going to be enough? Beats could take out the slow from Otiro, but DI is here, and surely he's going to get a little bit of laughing in the end of it. Otiro's going to get that kill in the end. Archie Baker's going to go down. That's a shutdown for Otiro.
My boy's being spam laughed, eh? Fair play. Yeah, you're just never going to outrun a 4 there, are you? Let's wait and see. You're as good as dead at that point. I'm not sure I'd even waste my beads, personally.
Yeah, it sucks to suck.
Yeah, it's a nice job there for the red team securing that. I suppose blue team got the burn and Order of the Blight, they got the secure.
Two gets the kill to DOI. That's
Surely
a very
returns
good
to
kill for
spam
him.
laugh.
Surely. The team synergy's not there yet. The team synergy's not there.
If I start cheating that VC, I'd be going spam laugh him, please. You spam laugh him now, you're benched. I swear to God.
Yeah, you know, the team synergy, you know, it's gonna get there, you know, once your team synergized, you know when to spam love and when not to, you know?
Exactly.
Killing speed for Otiro is getting that solo kill into Daffy Duck in the side lane there. Otiro kind of popping off. He was 0-2 a few minutes ago, and now he's just getting kills and he's just getting a fat lead on Daffy Ducker. I don't even know if he has a lead. Not sure, but he's doing
He
bits.
does now.
Certainly does. We do see a 2.8k, a 3k goal difference between the teams. And that's come right after that goal feud, because when we were talking about that goal feud, it was maybe a 200 goal difference.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden it spawned a 3,000 goal difference for the Blight. Which, well, what do you want to see Daves do here to try to negate this a little bit? Max is getting really turned on right now, and he's gonna have to use everything. But Powwow's not gonna do much for Archie Baker here, and DI is coming to the back. He's stolen it up while his team's fighting. Thomas Spock gonna go down. Tommy gonna go down as well with him. Max is being chased down by two Overties in Job Fight, and it looks like Tyr is gonna get that kill onto Max, and Archie Baker gonna run away. And it looks like that is a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Dave's.
And you said,
He's
what
still
would you,
going. No, it's not.
what do you expect him to? What would you like to see him do here to get back into his game? I was about to be really sarcastic and say win a fight. But no, they do. What I was going to say is really, they have a super late game. They don't have too much aggression in the early game. It just sounds really plain, but yeah, I just want them to just sit back and chill and just grab their farm. Like, you know, don't go too crazy, because you still only have a free item Hu Yi in the mid lane. And at this point, I feel like Yu Huang's going to be hitting a hell of a lot harder. So maybe just sit back and try and go for poke on the front line. I don't know, just take it easy. Just survive to the late game, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're behind in the Smite game. Kind of just have to play to your strengths as best as you can and try to get some sort of steal on an objective, or try to get a numbers advantage in a team fight or something. Not a whole lot you can do when you're behind in this account game.
Maybe even go and stop this time Dalla from running it down on your T2 tower line as well would probably be a touch.
Perhaps so. It looks like Archie's taking the advice. He's looking towards there, but he is standing on a ward right now, so it's not going to be very effective for him right now. Mino Kio's around the corner from him. Daffy Duck has just gone to Niflheim.
Yeah, he's so dead.
He's gone to Niflheim. Press BRB, good boy. Yeah. So he's out. But Tommy may not be out. DI is gonna use the ultimate onto Tommy. Just leave, no leap up. Good juke by Tommy. Ultimate as well. DI gonna get the kill. Mino Kino helping out a little bit too. I think he popped a sprint there. No, he did not. I'm just hallucinating, I guess. Archie Baker getting into the power. Gonna pull 2 members, but B's gonna come out. And it looks like it does what he wants more. Archie Baker wants more from this engage, but he used his teleport to engage, and now he's been walled off by Mino Kino. And Mino Kino's gonna go ahead and assist that kill onto Archie Baker, and that's a huge kill for the Blight. They're going to look at this Pyromancer as well as a Tiro split pushing in the duo side right now. And they're not going to look for the Pyromancer. They're thinking maybe our health bars are a bit too low, don't want to risk it. Let's play to our advantages right now. And let's look at it at a later date and hope that Dave's don't pull. They do have wards on it. It looks like Otiro's getting real close to that Phoenix. He needs to be... Dave's need to stop him because he's going to start popping off in the late gamer. And their heads Heimdall is disgusting.
Yeah, this is like an absolute nightmare for this Heimdall to be so huge. And that last fight was a little bit rough there, specifically for Archie. Honestly, he's played really well so far in this set, and I felt like he was a little bit overzealous there, trying to dash in like that to, practically on his own. Just instantly killed for it, which is super unfortunate for him because now he's 2 levels down. I just don't think he's going to be hitting very hard now, honestly, being this far behind. But one thing I do not like playing Darji from behind personally. I just feel like she struggles so much.
Oh yeah, she certainly does struggle from behind, but
God,
she's not too far behind where it's a huge problem, I think. Smite him down right now onto DOA, which sucks. But problem with it being pulled by all the Blight here and Ptolemy also going down. Ptolemy kind of doing a bit of feeding, you know, it happens, Ptolemy, it's okay. Yeah. Right now, Zerotised, still aiming for damage. How's he do it? Even the UD's doing it. Look at that, he's top damage. That's crazy.
Everything's here, right?
And look at that. Blight getting the Pyromancer, extending this lead even more into this late game. We're 23 minutes in. We're looking at got Fire Giant time, I think. Yeah, and it looks like Mino Kino is going to look onto Job Fighter, and your fighter's going to be in big trouble here. He's in the tremble. He's going to use the ultimate, the Dragon Corruption, and he's going to leap away. But is it going to be enough? He's going to try and use the 2 for heals, but he's not going to get it. Teleport coming into the left Phoenix to defend against Daffy Duck, pushing in, and Max is going to be there. And he's gonna have to. Daffy Duck is gonna have to pull away and get away from that very angry column. He's gonna loop it back around. He's gonna back. Good boy. Just think about looping back around.
When I see Kronos being played most of the time, I always see people building him like a heavily lifesteal auto attack build, right? But I actually really like Kronos as a full sort of cooldown ability mage. I think he's really quite underrated with the sheer amount of poke that he has, and especially when you factor in, you know, polyprocs as well. It does kind of do an absurd amount of damage.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's the lead for the Blight right now, 7,000 gold. XP difference gonna be about the same, yeah, 7,000. It's tough times for Daves right now. Yeah, they are whole item down across the board pretty much. I think the golden hand for all the Blight might be enough for them to get their next items. You know, a few people on the side of Daves haven't upgraded the starters yet. And it's going to be a tough time for Daves when it comes to these. When the other Blight decide it's fire time and they want to start pressing for that. Is there going to be a heavy deficit in these team fights?
I think it's a really rough spot for Daves now at the moment. A really rough spot indeed. You've got 2 ADCs essentially, and they're just both behind. So it's just a super rough spot for them, I think. You got Kronos and a Huyi, they're nowhere near. I mean, this Heimdall is just absolutely crazy ahead right now. He's full build. hitting absurd damage.
Yeah, with that oboe, he's gonna be chunking. That oboe is super annoying to play against. Being pinged 100 damage onto you, like what from where? Who? He's all the way over 200 units that way. How's this happening? Shot Fighter is gonna take a bit of poke, but Mia here is gonna take even more poke, and it looks like we're gonna really fight this one. And it looks like Mex is in the back line, just disrupting Ptolemy from doing anything, pumping out any damage. But Mex is gonna take quite a bit of damage himself, and he's gonna get caught out here. Ptolemy gonna get a kill from Daichi. Archie Baker. Thomas Flop gets pulled, and Otero gets a kill on Archie Baker, and Order Blight is gonna get the DS side, besides from Tyr, who wasn't there, I think. I think he was trying to back, hence the engagement from Order of Blight, and Fire Giant being pulled by Order of Blight, and Tyr is the only option here is not to do anything, because it's just not worth it. If you die here, the game is over, and it's going to be a struggle to defend this for Tyr Amortize. We do see Order of Blight marching down to the solo lane side of the map. It looks like they're going to go for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty free. I think this Phoenix there's nothing really Tyr can do at this point. If he does go in trying to defend, I'm pretty sure the Heim Dada just murders him, to be completely honest. Yeah, really well played there from Order of the Blight. Playing a really clean game so far.
Yeah, no, Tyr's been doing well in his sides of the map, but the team play by Order of Blight has been very good, and they've been getting leads elsewhere, and it's just been a fat struggle for the whole squad of Daves to be able to get back into this game. I mean, they're looking at what 11,000, 12,000 gold deficit right now, which is, you know, once Order of Blight get all their backs off, they're looking at the last items now, and whilst, you know, we still haven't got Bumbers on Archie Baker here, I think he surely is able to get it once he backs, I don't know. But looks like it's going to be an altercation in mid, and I don't think this is good for Daves. Gonna have to force out the ultimate here, the Draconic Possession, I think it's called. And yeah, it's not a good look for Daves right now. Need to be careful in this mid lane being so pushed up. They are going to look for this Pyromancer, which is fair enough. They know all the Blight are at the Golf Primal Fury, so why not go for the Pyromancer if it's free?
I feel like this was kind of lost on. I mean, obviously there are other factors, of course, but I kind of feel like this was lost towards the pick and ban phase. I don't really. I see what they were going for, but I feel like they just need a more traditional hunter that's not just going to get absolutely bullied in the early game. And maybe just a more traditional mid laner as well. I just don't really. It's just not really shaping up well for him, to be honest with you.
And Daffy Duck are going to use the rewind to get him caught into the Miyakiro, and Miyakiro is going to get pulled by the Powwow, and he's going to go down. Hu Yi using the ultimate, and it's not going to be hitting anyone, but Dio is going to get the kill on the Job Fighter. Thomas Flop did choose Dueling Dragons there, and that will be down for the time being. In the meantime, and X is gonna get that knock up onto Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck is gonna go down. Dio, very good ultimate. Then Ptolemy is good as dead now, and Dio is 1 HP, but it doesn't matter because Tyrannomatized is less than 1 HP. He is dead, and Archie Baker is left alone to try to defend this Titan. He's seen 3 members of Order of Blight right now. Make that 4. Archie Baker is down. Daves are down. Order of Blight take game 1.
I mean, it was the Otero show, that was, honestly. The Otero show. He played that absolutely flawlessly. I think it was a bit of a shame he didn't get shut down earlier in the in the game, obviously, but the man farmed and hit level 20, got full build and just murdered everybody.
He did exceptionally well. He really did. He's living up to the hype of him. It's been his first season in GSL. He just played really good in this game. He's pumped out 28k damage. Kind of disgusting. Was the next person next to him like 19,000? Yeah, it's kind of a lot of damage. He's
That's not
opposite ends being 19k. That's a lot of damage from Heimdall.
That's crazy, actually, how much damage he's just done. That's people have got to be sliding him right up their list for pickups for the next season, I assume. But
You know
played
what
that
I'm
really,
looking
really
at?
well.
I'm looking at the one ward from Daffy Ducker. What a troll!
I noticed that earlier. Yeah, one ward. I hate to see it from the ADC
I
as
love my
well.
ADC no warden. Make sure you restart your game, LB. We can go straight into a break, I think. So yeah, we'll go straight into a break right here. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back with game 2 very shortly. Hello and welcome back to game 2 of Dave's versus Order of Blight. We saw Order of Blight take game 1 quite convincingly. We did not reset the gods pick and ban. We gotta click that reset button real quick, Albie. Now you click the reset button on the website, and it will be alright. There we go. So now we're gonna get into the game 2 pick and bans, and well, Order Blight won pretty well. It's 1-0 to them right now. Not reflected on the screen, but what did Dave's need to do next, Morton, to take back game 2?
I just think that going into the pick and ban, starting at the very bottom, I feel like they need to just run the tier lists. Honestly, just run the meta shit. Just pick a just pick a normal mage in the mid lane. Just pick a standard hunter and go from there. Because the Kronos just kind of got like forced into its tail for the entire game. You had Heimdallr just running down towers with no punishment really. At least not any punishment without a cost. It's when they finally did punish him, they lost Pyro for it. So I really just want to see a traditional mage in the mid lane, a traditional hunter in the duo lane, and then just go from there.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
hopefully not to lose so much pressure as they did in the last game.
the first game, your farm was open, Discordia, set was banned. There was quite a good few mages that they could have picked. I feel like with the double ADC comp, you kind of need a lead, and if you don't get that lead, you kind of get screwed on a little bit. Hunters kind of need items very badly. They don't really do much until they hit level 20 and they hit like their fifth item and stuff. And if you can't do that in a good amount of time, then you're gonna suffer. And we did see Dave suffer in that game, and they do pull up the same band so far. The Geb and the Kepi and the ESET not change up bands so far compared to game 1, but that's what does come earlier. Rather than third ban, he comes in the second. We see a Carly ban from Dave, which is interesting here.
Yeah, it's not one that you see too often anymore. You used to. Don't mind it. The only thing I'm not sure why maybe they're looking for a specific pick, so they banned the Carly for it. I'm not sure what. Maybe a Ravana. I don't know. It's unlikely. Yeah, or maybe they're looking to pick the rat. A solid top pick reflects that solo, can flex that jungle. I play this in jungle and I'm pretty much building the solo build on him in the jungle. Honestly, just slaps whichever way you choose to build him. Full damage, full defense, whatever. The god's just absolutely cracked at the moment. It's a solid first pick for them.
Yeah, I was trying to recall what the other ban was for Dave's that they switched out, and it was the Ratatasco. And they've decided to go for the Ratatasco here. I don't see Tyr playing Rat, but maybe he will. Maybe he will. Maybe he will play it, but yeah,
That
no,
is not a tier
Ratatasco.
traumatized god.
Yeah, it's not chatty enough, it's kind of
Nah.
coward sort of good. But we do see, talking about cowards, we do see you, Juan and Chernobog come into the first 2 picks for Order of Blight. See a Scarly hover there. I know Sase was subbing in.
Darcy, is that you, bro?
Sase Smurf? Surely.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I
I
don't
don't
want to
want
see
to see
this.
either.
Get rid of it, mate.
Scarly kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Can't lie.
I don't know. They may be looking at it for the mid lane. I don't know. I don't want to see it anywhere really.
Don't want to see the
There we go.
infamous cat monster jungle Scarly.
Yeah, no, we don't. Let's not. Remember, what was he? Mr. Blink ult when he blinked in and like they were
Just back.
backing.
Yeah.
So Cherubog at the moment, right? We saw him play constantly, and he dropped off. He received some nerfs, I believe, to the mitigations. I think in his ultimate, but I still think he's really, really strong. It's just the global presence that he has, the split push potential that he brings, how good he is with a power pen build with Silver Branch and stuff like that. Really, really strong god. I don't mind it for a second pick. It doesn't have too many bad matchups.
Yeah, Shybox are pretty good, can safely pick it and not be too worried about any hard counters. And it's very strong god with the global rotations and do certain other good gods. Plays well into a Challenberg, I think, and Ymir also plays well into a Medusa. So we got wolves from both supports this game. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah, I think I actually really like this Shinmir pick. I think he does well into all of these gods so far. I really like this pick.
Yeah, you can counter the Cabrakan wall with your own wall. You can do so much on Ymir just with that little tiny wall. So effective, and we do see the Daji banned out by Dave. So I'm thinking maybe this is a rat jungle so far. Based on the last two bans from Dave, so Ravana and the Daji. I feel like Archie wouldn't shy away from running back that Daji, so I think this will go jungle. Discordia Persephone, on the other hand, banned out by Order of the Blight, just taking away some very strong mid options away from Dave's here. Something they need into the stage of this draft phase.
Yeah, it's standard. That's actually Persephone. I've started to see a little bit more recently. Summer, I think, has been kind of criminally underplayed in recent months. Yeah, I do rate her. And the Discordia, obviously, everyone loves Discordia, especially the solo laners. So yeah, solid ban. Just banning out just super strong mages. Yeah, no drama. But nice. But in fact, looking at the last game, I don't suppose this is going to be a Medusa mid lane, right? So we see Ptolemy pick up the Hunter last game, and I think Medusa's a stronger mid laner than Hu Yi. I'm hoping it's not personally, but it could be.
Yeah, it could be, but I hope not as well. Tor coming out for DI is going to run back. I don't blame him. He played well on the tour, so why not run it back? It's pretty good into Rat, and Rat's also good into Tor. It depends who ults first.
That's like Smite in a nutshell, isn't it? Like 1v1 matchups in a nutshell. Who gets their damage off first? Yeah,
Yeah.
but 4 into this Medusa especially. I really like the Order of the Blight con so far. They've gone for team construction, and they're just slapping up trump walls all around the map to trap these backliners. I quite like their comp at the moment. I feel like it should be kind of a tough game for Medusa if you don't mind what she's doing and how she's positioning.
Yeah, they got very their backline, if this Merlin is locked in, is quite respectable to Core Wolves and Ymir Wolves. Merlin has his flicker, but it's very short range and very punishable by Tor and Ymir. I'm kind of surprised that they're going for the Merlin, to be honest. I don't know if it will do very well into the dive that all
I
the
don't
Blight
think it
currently
will.
have. But Merlin is a very strong mage right now. So maybe Ptolemy can play it well here.
Yeah, and he's a super strong mage. He does crazy. It's honestly just disgusting damage in the late game. If he can get off like a full rotation of abilities and then he dies for it, then I suppose he's done his job to some extent. But I think the backline of Dave's is going to have a really tough time with this, with just a combination of Ymir and 4 really. And to top it off, if they're going to slam in this Loki as well, then I think that's going to be lights out for their backline. It's a really tough matchup to survive into.
Yeah, I do doubt they lock in this Loki. To be honest, I guess I'll never know with the Discord stream dying. But yeah, if they do lock in this Loki, that'll be a Loki solo, I'd assume. That's a Loki, 10 trick or whatever. One trick. Um, it can work. It was
I
locked in. Okay.
obviously we can't see what's going on right now, but let's assume that the Loki has been locked in. I don't actually mind it, to be honest with you. They're obviously feeling themselves on game 1 because they did kind of run through them quite easily. So if they're trying to play a spicy pick, I suppose game 2 is the time to do it. But I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind it for him. Playing into the Merlin, where he's not going to be able to pull you with his vortex, and you've got good chase down potential on the Medusa. And it's not the worst matchup in the world, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind it too much.
Yeah, I just went and checked it. It's not a Loki locked in, it's an Achilles locked in. But yeah.
Wait, no, this has been locked in. I mean, surely I'm not wrong. I'm looking on the stream right now, and it's not grayed out, unless it's just like paused. I don't know.
No, it's
Oh yeah, Achilles. Yeah, yeah, it's just changed.
I was like, there's no way.
They've disappointed me now.
You need to stream Discord again, but yeah, I mean, Loki have been sick,
Yeah, they've kind of disappointed me.
Yeah, no more UD streams.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's it done. Yeah. Prentice had to beg us to come along. No, he didn't really. So we came for tier, honestly. But I'm not coming anymore because boring pick.
Yeah, you guys are playing too seriously.
What is this? Competitive Smite League?
Get out of here. But yeah, here's an Achilles. I like the Achilles into like almost any matchup. Into Rat, it's pretty good. Pretty good matchup into Rat. Can I just kind of stun him?
Yeah, and one of the things I've seen people opt for when dealing with this isn't even a Rat solo, actually. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, it's a Guan. I forgot.
Yeah, it's the Guan. But he's got a good... I mean, even there, he's got a good matchup, right? You can interrupt his Talal assault pretty much every single time. So, yeah, he's got a pretty good matchup there. He's got good sustain in his kit to keep up with Guan's sustain. I quite like that matchup.
Yeah, you'll be seeing Tier ideally level his dash to clear wave, because if he does level his 1, or his 3 even, it's a waste of leveling because it's going to get cancelled out by Kitty stun almost every single time.
If he... I know it's here. There's no way that he levels up his Talal assault here, but if he does, like, the matchup's it's pretty much done for him, isn't it? Like,
name.
Oh mate, yeah,
Chat is insane.
I learned an ability name. Let's go.
He's going UD in the cast.
Trust me, I'll see you there next season. But yeah, if he does that, I'm just speaking absolute nonsense now. But if he does level that up, which he won't, his lane's over. This is the first thing I want to see, though. By the way, I want to see what ability levels up.
I trust him. He's a good player. I trust you with Club Boys too into this. If he doesn't, then I will take up his request to be coached because he's gonna need it. I will coach him. It's no problem.
Hey. I'm sat here with great anticipation now.
Yeah, this is the tier set. The tier set. Without tier, this cast wouldn't happen.
That's the value of drafting tier, isn't it? Like, if you're a UD team, if you're trying to like make your rankings list, who you want to draft, you say, well, if I get tier, our games get casted.
Absolutely. You gotta think these LD players. You think, they just came up. Who cares? Well, most of the casters, they're like they're LD players, so
the LD players, they come with a fan base.
Exactly.
So Dave's now are probably LDs. Like that's who most of the LD players are supporting now. Is because they've got LD's hero playing for them.
Team Bryn and Dave's definitely got the biggest supporters.
Exactly. Yeah. We got East now. We got Tier, Rosie. They've all come up.
I'm not quite playing Suki. I mean, no one's really a fan.
Yeah, well, no, we'll skip past that one for a reason. Yeah, I did well. Sorry, Blank. Oh, God, fuck it. Oh, you got me there, mate. Oh.
Yeah. What did he level? What did tier level? Go to tier right now, press F1. I demand it.
Let me see. Oh, he's done no tier.
I hope
Wait.
at least maxes out these two, you know? Surely.
We'll see. Maybe when he gets it interrupted like the first time, he goes, "Oh shoot, I did a whoops there."
That's it!
No.
Well, with the cleave wallows, it's not too bad, I
It's not the
guess.
end of the world, yeah. I think he knows.
He knows what he's doing, he's a big boy. Well, look, now you can use your free, there you go.
Here you go, counterplay.
There you go, boom.
He knows better than me anyway. He knows what he's doing.
He's a big boy. And so are these big boys. What the hell? RT Vega come out of nowhere trying to get the gank of the Max, and Max might just go down. He does! Nice. Getting the kill. Good blink out of nowhere by Archie Baker. Just literally came out of nowhere. I don't even think Tia knew he was coming.
It's a full send it moment, mate. We saw 4 lurking on the totem waiting for the re-engage. He saw him coming. He waiting for the re-engage. It just happened so quickly. He didn't get to do
You know what
anything.
that was? That was the UD equivalent of Liner jungle right there. Just blinked onto someone and Team had no idea.
He's like, oh wait, we're fighting? Okay. Yeah, at least he didn't stand to like just clear his waves and die.
Team kills Autonomy in the mid lane. Autonomy just cannot get a break in this set. I need a lot this set.
So this is going to be a barn burner, this one, isn't it? I can tell
I
it.
feel like it is. 2 minutes, 2 kills. And Team Overtime's getting pretty low, but so is Max. Hey, what do we do if Tia gets a solo kill into the last season #1 solo? What do we do about that?
Oh, surely
Did he go up again?
we just had a little party for him, I think.
Little party? Oh,
A little party.
we might just see it here.
I think
He's
he's
still
going to do
doing
it.
damage.
Let's go. Tear the go.
Let's go! Too overtized. Get a solo kill onto Max.
That's it now, we can end the stream, I'm done.
Yep.
Well, that's it.
Steam over, GG.
That's all
Dave's
we
take the
came
win. Dave's take the win.
I love it. You love to see it.
LD zone going up to UD and taking a poop on it. Let's go. Tommy
Easy, he
goes for the
says.
green buff. GG easy in the chat. Good job by Two to get that solo kill, but on the other side of the map we are going to see some farming, some epic farming. Daffy Duck are going to really hit that wave hard with these two. These venomous gasp. I actually just made up that ability name, it's not called that.
What is acid spray, right? No?
Something like that. Venom spray maybe? I don't know. Who
I
knows?
just always called it spit. She spat on me.
She spat on me. Ooh, well.
Acid spray. Oh, hey, look at me. Hey, put me UD, bro. Put me UD. I've
UD
got...
caster right here.
I know this. I'll be in games going, yeah, I'm coming in with my Anvil of Dawn. Yeah, Anvil of Dawn in 3, 2, 1.
Guys, Palo.
Oh, well, guys, let's go. Tell our assault, guys, let's go.
Alright, we see Calvi Assault on the other side of the map. Otero gonna be very low. Is he gonna escape? No, he's not. Your player's gonna get the kill.
Well, this is a good start for Dave's.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Kabrak on their side, which equals easy lane pressure, you know. Now they've got the lane pressure. Let's see what Daffy Ducky can do with this lane pressure that he's just got gifted by the gods of Kabrak. And Thomas Pop's gonna have to leap away. I don't know what that ability's called, to be honest.
Alright, I'm gonna go for it this time. I don't know what it's called.
Neither do I. But Max could be
Maybe
on the end
someone
of
whisper
another
into my ear.
death. Max is going down. No,
Oh
two times.
no! Why did Archie have to come along and ruin it? We've had to see another solo kill there.
Absolutely. Theo coming in to spoil the party again, and Timo Tice could be going down here. Max is going to get some damage on, but surely Archie Baker, he has no mana. He's all Timo Overtime is going to go down. Unfought.
Yeah, nice counter play there from DOM. It's one of those things, isn't it? When you're playing like the four versus rat matchup, if you do try to commit on a gank to the solo lane, especially if you, even if you do get the kill, you got that 4 ult following shortly behind with the re-engage. It's oftentimes it's a death sentence for you. There's quite a fairly typical counter gank there that we see.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta beware of the Tor ultimates. when you're doing things like that, when you're playing Smite game, you know, the counter engage can always happen at any time, and you can sometimes be none the wiser.
Four's just one of those characters. Even though I just hate playing against them when you've got a good four. It's for the most annoying jungler in the world for me personally. When the person playing the four is good on it, so those counter ganks, they just get you every time. It's so annoying.
You do see DI rush the Transcendence, not opting to go Mace for some early, you know, damage pen, you know, for a cheap price. What are your thoughts? Do you usually go... we see a Dueling Dragons coming out into Ptolemy, and Ptolemy gonna be able to flicker away from that, or just move out of the way, I couldn't tell. Actually going up into the sky, and Archiebaker gonna get the start of DI, but Magic Shell coming out, it's gonna save DI's life. DI's up in the air. Could be a kill onto Archiebaker. Now it is a kill onto Archiebaker. DI gonna get that kill. Thomas Flop getting the kill onto Job Fighter. And that's a 2-0 trade for the Blight in that mid lane fight over neutrals, I think. Martin is muted.
I apologise. You know, there's my dog was barking, so I had to quickly it. No, I just want to point out there the deal is hit a really nice double tap there on the Merlin. Really nice without any CC as well. You'd love to see it. Great fight there for Order of the Blight.
Yeah, I mean, DI's been doing really well. I mean, that's what I said, right? He's got a good tool in his pocket, and he's been playing very well this set. Anvil of Dawn, okay, Anvil of Dawn is the ultimate tool, okay, got ya. Alright.
Did I not say that to you earlier?
I don't listen to Morton.
Alright, wow.
Ptolemy, gotta use that beast to get away from the tectonic rift from Thor.
Let's go.
I had to scroll up for that one.
So.
Ooh, the
Ooh.
Petrify coming out from Daffy Ducker. Not gonna get the stun, but he's gonna use it for the damage, but not gonna get enough damage. Otero could be in trouble if the spit comes out.
I was gonna say, yeah, he might get hit with the acid spray.
Oh, actually, they get a kill, so DI at his like speed buff. Oh my, let's go.
Now that's just a win, right? As a jungler,
They've won twice in this one game. I don't get it.
You lose the game, but you gank the enemy jungler at their speed and kill them and take their speed. You just win. That's it. It's game over. I'm the better.
I have
jungler.
some past experience of being ganked at my speed buff in-houses, so
I don't know, and I don't know who was responsible for that. But I'm sure the same person today didn't do it again to Wolfie. May or may not have got ganked at their speed buff today.
May or may not. Max is not going to lose any health.
You can be upset about that sort of stuff, or you can accept the fact that you basically just got out-map played. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, I was the one player was, obviously the individual skill.
Yeah,
individual player skill definite.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly.
It happens, skill issues and all that. Daffy Ducker gonna dash into that minion wave. Don't know what it did to him, but really venomous there by.
I really like the fact that they picked up the Medusa this game. It was more so that they picked up a traditional hunter that has, ability to get pressure. Because it's working out a lot better for him now, as we can see. It's not Otero running at Daffy constantly. It's kind of the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, Daffy's really gonna miss that dash, but it's gonna force out the ultimate from Otero, which is super big value for Dave's there, but is it? The Otero gonna rotate into this mid lane here? I think if there's a Chernobyl going, we just disengage from the fight, and that's not what Dave's done here, and your fight is gonna go down because of it.
Yeah, that's standard, right? It's it's the same thing with like Apollo. You go into your ult, whatever fight you're taking needs to end right now. Basically. Yeah. Disengage, just standard.
Yeah, simple as that. Let Daffy Ducker do some split pushing, get the farm, the neutral farms, and you lose nothing. But in this case, your fight going down, you lose something. That's unfortunate for Dave.
Is Medusa going in the No, that's not a Soul Eater, is it? Sure.
That's a Soul Eater. That's the only, unless he wants to keep that T2 and build something else. That is the Soul Eater for Medusa, you know? I don't need it!
The item, I suppose the item is kind of cracked, so I don't know, man. I'm not going to hate on it just
Sped
yet.
Smurf is Daffy Duncan, didn't know. That's crazy.
Sped's playing UD? We knew it.
I knew it. Time to put him up. What can I say?
That man was on to something, I'm telling you.
Albie's grunting on production.
Who knows? The Sped is currently not building Soul Eater at the moment, I think, just to spite people that keep calling him a Soul Eater.
Just to nerf himself a little bit so he can stay out here.
I reckon that's what it is, yeah. He goes, I'm not building Soul Eater, I'm just playing King Arthur.
You're gonna add the giggles at the end as well.
Yeah, that's right. I know he's sat on the stream now, he's listening to the stream right now.
He's cracking up.
Giggle, yeah, I know it.
I can hear his laugh from here. Do you see DOI looking towards ganking this, but Daffy Duck surely hears this Anvil Dawn coming right behind him, but apparently not. Gonna get walled off, petrified coming out for the CC immunity, but still walled off, can't go through walls unfortunately, but it is going to get away regardless, and your fight is going to go down from Thomas Frog. But Archie Baker is going to try to go on to Miyokio here. Never mind, he's turning around. But Otiro with the rotation here, Ptolemy could be in big trouble. Oh my god, what a great wall there, Dioians! Ptolemy surely goes down to Otiro. What a beautiful rotation by both players, and what a beautiful wall by Dioi there.
Yeah, really fantastic map presence from Dioi. Actually, he's kind of running this game on the floor. He was in duo ganking, so he took a fight in middle. Next thing you know, Daffy Ducker, let's go.
Ducker returning the favour, but so is Thomas Block. He's going to go down, but you know it's worth it. You know, you get the solo, it's totally worth it. You know, doesn't matter what happens after. You get that solo kill,
win, right?
Absolutely.
Like, they are the kings of these mental W's. They might lose the game. They haven't lost this one, don't get me wrong, but they might lose their game. But they get like 4 or 5 mental W's in those games.
They win the game, but they lose the game.
They win the game, exactly. Yeah.
In my books, they've won this game 3 times now. So
exactly.
3-0 right now. That's a lot of points. That's like 3 points. That's crazy. They're really working this.
Yeah, we lost the game, but don't worry, I soloed Mix. But don't worry, I ganked him, it's yellow.
Well, the cavalry charge coming out from Tiro tries to get away, and he's gonna get away.
see, they've recognised the danger pick here, haven't they? And they're like, okay, we're gonna 4-man rotate on him, we shut him down.
This LD guy might not be very LD.
Yeah. Exactly.
This guy might be pretty good at smite game. Maybe. Oh, Tiro really holding down that left click and is fighting Daffy Ducker here. Big wall by DI, but the other fighter's just going to keep walking into it because he feels like it. Daffy Ducker going to dash into Otiro here, get some damage off. And you see DI looking towards the side. No, he's just going for the neutrals. I was thinking maybe he would go towards the dual lane. Maybe he is now. No, he's looking at... No. Maybe. Ooh.
Maybe. Oh,
he's thinking about it. Archie Baker's doing the same, both junglers. They split each other out, they're like, whoa, he's trying to get... what a loser!
Have you ever seen that meme video that was out where that guy is standing on the beach and over the other side of the water in the island, that guy going, hey, you see that rock over there? I f***ed your mother on it last night. It's like them two in it right now, they're standing across the Gold Fury pit. Like,
yo, just a traditional Spider-Man meme. I've seen that a lot. DI and Archie just have the same idea in this dual lane quite often. It's been a spectacle this set. Timoti's doing what Timoti's does best. He's just on the side of the Tiamat jungle, and he's going to use that cavalry assault once again. Charge. Sorry, charge, not assault.
Cavalry charge.
Daffy Ducker looking for the solo once again. O2 he has confidence. He's going to dash in. That Aegis coming out for O2, but just a bit off. But he's going to get the solo 2 again. Daffy Duck is insane.
Daffy Duck is happening. I was really poorly timed Aegis there from Chernobog, unfortunately. If he had hit that, he may have been able to survive. Unlikely though. Really well played by Daffy this set, I've got to say, because last game, as we saw, he was kind of just run down constantly. But oh, he's gone Hydras as well. Yo, this man's come into this game and he said, "No, screw the late game. I'm just going to solo Cherno over and over and over again." I don't know, fair. This is going to be a second jungle, isn't it?
he can do him. Surely he goes like a Deathbringer, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Start one-shotting kids, you know? Immortalize does have the cavalry charge, but Dioi has his walls, his tectonic rift, and it looks like he's gonna go down. And the executed goes off of Max. He didn't even get it. Otiru got the kill. Kind of a waste by Max, to be honest. There's no way Tiro was getting out of that situation. But
he's got to get his own mental W, isn't he?
Yeah, he wants to get one over Tyr, but he can't when you're just not as good as Tyr. The beast, not from the east.
The beast from LD.
He's from LD. And like Netherlands or something. Maybe.
Wait, he's Finnish,
Sweden.
Wait, Sweden?
Yeah,
is it? I thought he was Finnish, or is that outside?
No, it's Shavonska.
Yeah, Goatso's Finnish, right, and Tyr is Swedish, right. Both
Here is his home address. The old Archie's gonna go get him and kill him, obviously. Tyr getting the kill onto your fighter Max. Doing the chasing onto Ptolemy, and Ptolemy is can't get away, but Archie Baker in the back there getting DOI down. And Ptolemy is trying to do as much damage as he can before he falls, and it's going to be a knife. Max is going to go down here. Triple kill for Archie Baker. Quadra kill for Archie Baker. Do we get the second pentakill? GSL? Let me get it! No!
He stole it!
He came up for LT to stop UD getting their first penta. What a beast!
Oh, that is criminal. Oh, that is so
what
criminal.
A beast.
Oh my god, I'd be throwing out F6s now if I was Archie, I swear.
I said, I love BMJ, he can only have a pentakill.
This man's grinded all season long in LD, carrying games just to get promoted. Then Archie takes a risk on the LD player, picks him up, and he steals his penta.
Guess he's getting benched next week. Guess who?
Oh no!
Oh, I was excited to have the second pentakill GSL, but unfought.
That is unfought.
I was getting ready for like
UD steals a penta.
I was getting ready for like that League of Legends like Chinese casting where they go pentakill. You know, I was ready for it. What was that Korea? Pentakill. Get a bit.
That's the most savage thing I've seen since GSL started. That really is absolute savagery. Oh, my head's hurting.
It's been a great set so far. For Order of Blight. Actually, it's still even. I thought Order of Blight had the lead, but despite the 2-kill advantage, they do not have the lead. It's just 50-50 right now, as in when it comes to gold. But, well, for pressure, I mean, who got the gold through? I don't remember. Press F7, LB, damn it.
Surely someone clips that penta still. Surely.
Surely
someone's. I can't stop going on about it. But I'd be crying.
Oh no! Fight happening in mid lane, but Daffy Duck trying to get a solo kill, and Daffy will get it. But yep, Dio's in the air. There it comes, down from Dawn, and he dawns onto Ptolemy's body, and Ptolemy trying to get away. Magic Shell coming out with the Phantom Shell even, and he's gonna get away. It looks like Daffy Duck is going to be rotating into this fight. Tyrotype's very low, but the Fabulous Hoops is going to help a little bit, I would imagine. Daffy Duck getting the kill to DI. He's going to start popping off, I think, but he's going to walk away from now. He doesn't have his Petrify up. He just used it. Your fighter wants to get out of this. Tommy going to try throw out some abilities, trying to get some damage out. Maybe look for an opening in this fight, but looks like it's all of the Blight's fight so far. Mex is going to start tower diving into this T1. They're going to take that T1 tower. Or are they going to disengage? Pyromads are coming up in a few moments. I'm looking at. Yeah. Very good fight for Order of Blight, but it looks like it's not over. Daffy Ducker looking for a kill to Max to get those Hydra procs in, and Archie Baker's here too, and this is someone that can actually do a lot of damage to a tank. And Max goes down for the 4th time of this set. Team Avatar's just getting the better hand of him right now. The better hand of him?
Yeah,
right
they're
now?
doing great. This
best
is
of
a much. He's getting the he's getting the best of it, I suppose. No, that doesn't sound right.
Getting the upper hand on him. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's already getting the kill with the ultimate there. I love that. But the clues in the air is RG Baker. He's ready to run away from this fight that they just won 2-1. Only Yob Fighter going down. DOA and Mex going down for Order of the Blight. That's a super big advantage for Dave's. And Dave's boasting a 2k lead right now in the gold department. That's pretty nice to have. And they're going to try to make this snowball a little bit. Goldfree is going to be up in a few moments, so I imagine they'll be back in, getting their items up, you know, and then pushing for maybe a gold feud, a final feud.
I think this is a much better showing for Days in this game, but I am concerned because 2k gold lead or not, they're going to be heading into the super late game with, you know, an ability based Medusa, and I just don't think, and you know, now Redstone being built.
Redstone's an interesting pickup.
I just feel like though, yeah, okay, you're stealing attack speed from people, but you need to really just be like spamming abilities over and over again, right? To get. I just think Bluestone just does more damage, and who's he really going to be stealing attack speed from? Where it's like valued? Is it going to be the Killers? I don't think so. The 4. I don't see the value in it personally.
Oh, look at the Blight is on the Fire Giant right now, while Dave's on Primal Fury. That's what you get when you don't want the Fire Giant.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, nice play. Really nice there from Order of Blight. That's probably just swung the game. I know they're still down on goal, but I think.
Oh, they won't be for long. These towns are going to start dropping.
Yeah.
These towns are going to start dropping.
They swung the game.
That's absolutely swung the game in the favour of Order of the Blight, and Dave's kind of threw this a little bit with just a little bit misplaying the macros, I guess, and the shot calling. Maybe you just get better.
Yeah, maybe bring up one of these LD shot callers, haven't you? Albie wouldn't have made that mistake, that's what I know for sure.
Well, he's a UD player, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair. He's in my ear roll now going, I don't make that mistake, boys. Don't worry.
He said I'm a UD player, I would never do that.
But yeah, going back really to what I was saying, I think that, you know, heading into this late game, we've got a Medusa on one team with a full ability based build, and we've got a Chernobog with an actual good build. So I'm concerned for Dave's at the moment.
Yeah. Dave's having a tough time. Dave's having a tough time now, and Phantom Shell going to be popped when you're fighting. He kind of had to. He's down, and if you're down on support with enemy team of FG, it's kind of yikes. And it looks like Order of Blight are looking towards the left lane. They have the Trebuchet pushing up, which is really nice. They're going to go to that T1, that T2, and they're going to rotate to mid and start pushing that, I would assume, and let that Trebuchet push the left lane. We have Archie Baker on the right side, just defending the push up the waves a little bit, so they can't leverage on that a little bit. And that's a good by Archie Baker, but he really wants to be back before Order of Blight maybe trying to push with his Phoenix. They're not going to. We're lucky for Archie Baker here, but needs to be careful here too. In a bit of harm's way here, but be fine. It looks like they're baiting the rotation to mid to maybe try push into the left. Trebuchet's here and ready to start blasting. Looks like they're going to try and poke out this Trebuchet. And yeah, they're going to start rotating to mid. Take that T2 tower and use that pressure on the left lane there. They got the minions pushed up. The right side slightly favouring, although the Blight as well. And the Wraith pressure. It's gonna start playing the map, I would assume, and get the gold leads as they have now, 1,000 gold leads in their favour. I assume they're going to take this tower back. And well, Dion is up in the air, and I don't expect him to engage here yet. Archie Baker using into the skies here to... It's not even called that, is it? Oh well. But my Chetu has died. I'm taking over the rest of this cast. Easy peasy, no problem. So far, we have seen Dave's just throw their lead a little bit by just one little short corner, and now Order Blight, after being about 3,000 gold down, is now about 1,000 gold up. So that's really nice to have. I'm gonna start seeing last items built by Order of Blight as well as starter items. Starter items quite lacking. 3 out of 5 even. Not 3 out of 5 starter items missing for Dave's. Meanwhile, well, everybody but 2 players have the starter items on the side of Order of the Blight, and Order of the Blight gonna take the Pyromancer, extend the lead even more, getting that juicy Pyromancer passive onto the fountain as well, because why not? Get that extra movement speed.
Sorry about that. My router just diffed me, basically. I think all this bad talking of the Medusa build, I'm pretty sure he just doxed me.
Doxed or DDoSed?
DDoSed me, yeah.
Your fighter gonna take a lot of damage here, and he's just gonna get picked in. No, random shield coming out, but Mech's gonna get that ultimate, and that's the life of your fighter down. And it's not looking good for Days right now. They're down to support. Fire Giant coming up. Not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I've said my piece on where I think they've gone wrong here and why I was concerned for them. Even before they'd lost the Fire Giant, I was concerned. What do you think they've done wrong here? Do you think it's purely shot calling errors, or?
Well, yeah, you have the shot calling error. You know, the Medusa build, a little bit troll, a little bit. But I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to. That's what I was thinking. Troll, yeah.
It can work, I guess, but why not just go the Hunter build, which is kind of broken, you know? Why not? Why not pump what you would do in your entire kit in damage? Why not just do that in like 2 Warlords, you know?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So, oh yeah, but I do a lot of damage with this burst build. Yeah, you do for like 1 second, and then you're on cooldown for 7 seconds. Right? Meanwhile, Chernobog's there with like however many mitigations, just pumping out 600 damage all right. Yeah, it's like listening to, it's like Canelo, isn't it? Throwing combinations, really. Like he's there, you're there throwing singles. Like, no, yeah.
Yeah, you're throwing overhands.
Yeah. Just, you're there whipping, mate. I'm there throwing full combinations, mate.
Daffy Darko gonna take a lot of damage here, and Dio is gonna finish the lead onto Daffy Darko and good roll. What the hell, Dio? Calm down. It's just a GSL game. A surrender throw has been started. Someone's tilted in the chat in the game. Tiro Types has got nothing he can do but run away. No ultimate, no life. He is out of this game. Fatal Strike connecting, and that is gonna be Order of Blight's game and set. Your fight is back up, but I don't know if he does anything here. If he does, that's insane. He could die.
Yeah, that's what he does here. He just dies. Yeah.
He does be doing a bit of dying.
Yeah, really well played though from Order of Blight. I kind of expected it. I think Medusa ability based is nice. You can play in the mid lane if you want to build her ability based, but you really need, in my opinion, you need some hard auto attack. You know, pen power, some the shred that comes with it. And I think that's what they was kind of lacking. Rat kind of running the game in the early mid game. Medusa did really well as well, but they just dropped off towards the end. And I suppose Order of the Blight, they just had a stronger late game presence than Dave's did.
Yeah, no, Dave's. I mean, the team fights were just all over the Blight. You know, Dave's had that upper hand at some point, but they just chipped it a bit. And yes, Easter is correct. Team Britain are top of the league. 2 wins, 0 losses. All of Blind lost their first set, so that places them at 3rd. Archie's a 2nd. Dave's a 4th. British Armada and Penn and Blink have yet to play their 2nd week game. I think that's being played right now. Yeah.
I have a question for you. So, Team Britain are top of the league in UD, right? Just remind me, how many LD players play for that team, or
Oh, I
ex-LD
think it would
players?
be. I think that would be 2
Two.
in the
No
starting
shot.
roster, nonetheless.
So almost 50% of that team is made up of previous LD players, and well, fair play.
Yeah.
Guess we're not that bad, eh? let's just see if Eastern
ignore
can
the
like stay there.
ignore the dual lane. Ignore them. They're bad.
I've heard
I
about
swear.
that duo lane.
That that dual lane is not insane. I swear.
Uh,
But
yeah,
you know what is insane? This other Blight team. What a good set by them, and they didn't do too bad either. Just a few misplays here and there. And, I mean, that's all it takes. One bad call and it's over. You know. That's literally what it
yeah.
came down to. One bad call.
Sitting in it really. It's they had a, it's always like losing that one pawn, that key defensive pawn in a game of chess, isn't it? You make one bad move and they grab it, and now the game's over. Basically, that's
Yeah.
what I just saw there. Basically, yeah. So really nice. That was a really good game to watch. Actually, it was really fun. A lot of
More than
people played
the
really
usual
well.
season 1 UD sets, you know. Bit of
Yeah,
trolling. What's that?
and MVP for this
MVP.
set. That's really tough though, honestly, because like on the one hand you've got Archie Baker dominating the early mid game, getting Penta stolen from him. Then you got Dior as well, that also was a different. They were sort of like running the game at different stages, but then I can't sort of get my head away from the absolute hard. Well, it wasn't even a carry, but I'm going to say it: the absolute hard carry of Otiro's Heim in game one. My opinion, game one was
I have to
definitely
give it to
Heim.
Otira for the set. Otira for
Yeah.
game 1. You could argue game 2 as well, maybe, but he did get soloed like twice, so that sucks. He was top down at 26k, but screw damage. You're an AC, get out of here. Nuts. Thomas Flub played pretty well. He played pretty well. 90% kill participation. That's quite high.
I think I'm leaning more towards Dior, honestly. Like, I can't really give it to Archie because obviously they lost both games, right? But Dior was like consistently strong through both games. We saw Otiro have an absolutely insane game one, but game two, yeah, he played very well. He did a whole